Welcome back. Our next guest is well known as a master at spinning cleverly plotted historical mysteries that are both full of suspense and surprise. Her new book is very popular, Veronica Speedwell series. A Murderous Relation comes out March 10th. And this morning we enjoy a preview and welcome Deanna Raybourn to Virginia this morning. Congratulations on the new novel.
Thank you. I'm very excited, and I didn't realize I was going to be matching it when I got dressed. It never even dawned on me, but you know, here we are.
It's cohesive branding. That's what's happening here.
It is. It's very on brand. So.
Talk about the adventure of having put pen to paper or keyboard into action when you got started on this journey years ago.
Oh gosh, I wrote my first book when I was 23, and I didn't get published for 14 years.
Wow.
So I'm not an overnight success, but this is actually my 14th book in print. So I've been doing this a while now. And it never gets old. It is just the greatest job in the world. I have so much fun telling these stories and sharing these characters with readers. It's the absolute best.
When this idea, ignites and you start a series, do you know, I always wonder, do you know where it's going to end, or does the story just kind of lead you as where you're going?
Well, publishing is such a strange business. You start a series and you hope it's going to last forever, but you have to be prepared to end it at any point. So there always has to be kind of a vague idea of where you'd like people to go, but you have to be prepared for anything. My mother's mantra is expect the unexpected, and this is that business. So yeah, I have an idea of where I'd like this series to go. I'm under contract for 7 books so far, but we'll see. It could be 27 by the time I'm done.
Do you find there's got to be a thrill then in being able to navigate that, right? It's almost like a cliffhanger that you fingers crossed.
Yeah, exactly. And by the time you get to the end of each book, you kind of want to make sure that you've given readers enough of a wrap-up that if you had to end the series there, they wouldn't send you hate mail. But at the same time, you want to leave enough open that you can pick up and readers are like, oh, I've got to get the next book.
Yeah.
So it's always this nice little tightrope act. But I love it.
And start in a place where you're in Richmond. You have a book signing coming up on the 14th.
I do.
And folks can meet you, right?
Yeah,
this is a cool
absolutely.
Opportunity.
I have been very, very lucky to have a wonderful relationship with the Fountain Bookstore. And y'all are so lucky to have this bookstore. It's an amazing independent store. And they are doing a book signing event on March 14th. It is actually a Victorian tea at Balling-Haxel House. You can get tickets in advance. And if you can't make the tea, the Fountain will hook you up with signed books ahead of time. You don't even have to leave your couch.
Wow.
You can just call them and I will sign extra books and they'll send them to you. So
it's a fun adventure to go around and share this work with everyone, isn't it? I mean, I know travel's not as easy as we all love to believe it is, but
it is. But I'm heading out on book tour on Monday, and I've got my antibacterial wipes and my can-do spirit, so we're gonna get it done.
And you learned the shake, right?
I do. I learned the bump. I'm good to go. Except now all I want to do is touch my face. Yeah. I'm very conscious of it, but I'm being good.
We'll all relax. So much fun getting into this. Now you're incredibly funny, right? We've been talking, and I almost feel like, is she going up on stage somewhere and doing like a stand-up act? How do you balance that levity with the kind of suspenseful, surprising, thriller-esque page turner?
Well, I think because if I'm not having fun writing the book, then I feel like readers are not going to have fun reading the book. So there's always kind of this very dry British sense of humor in most of what I write. It's not quite as over the top as I tend to be in person. But there's always going to be something funny in there. And that's why I'm glad that the covers have just a little bit of whimsy to them, so you can tell, hey, this isn't War and Peace. There's going to be some fun stuff that happens in these books, as well as the fact that, ultimately we're talking about murder. But it's fun murder.
Yeah, that's what makes it a page
murder. It's fun murder.
And when folks come and, we talk about the series and continuing it, or, you have to be ready at any time to wrap her up. Can you pick this up as a new fan or a fan to be?
Absolutely. I work really, really hard to make sure that if a reader picks up this book, I haven't told you everything that's happened in the 4 books before. You won't know who the murderers are in those books. So if you want to go back and reread them, you can. But I give enough backstory that you're going to know who these people are, and you can pick up the story here just fine.
You can still follow that Easter egg trail right where you need to go.
Yeah.
30 seconds left. You're in this wheelhouse right now. Is there something as an author that you want to then explore? Is there another story?
Well, it was announced last week, I got a book deal to write a book. It's a contemporary. It's the first contemporary I've ever done, and it's about 4 female assassins who are 60 and team up together to take out the head of a government agency who has decided to target them. So I'm going to be writing some really, intense older women, and I'm super excited about it.
I love it. A new adventure.
A new adventure.
Yeah.
Always.
Deanna, great to see you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Elbow.
Gotcha.
We got this thing. All right. Deanna Rayburn's new book, A Murderous Relation, comes out on Tuesday, March 10th. She heads out on book tour on Monday, and you have the chance to meet her at a book signing scheduled for next Saturday, March 14th at 2 p.m. at the Bowling Hacksaw House. For all the information, we'll post a link to all the details, WTVR.com/VTM. Bill, as she said, that Fountain Bookstore right here in Richmond, a great independent bookseller. We're lucky to have it.